Man, I mean, honestly, there's just something in the air. There's something in the air here at Waco. I don't know what it is, but this place is just, it's just different. Ever since the first time I came here, it was just different. I first came to Waco Tanks when I was in high school from Houston, Texas. I was probably about 16 years old. And I continued to come all the way through my college career until I was about 20-something. And 1997, the park closed, and I stopped coming for about 5 years. But then a lot of my friends became guides out here, and they were all getting really good access. So I became a guide, and next thing I knew, I was buying land out here and spending all my winters out. And I've spent the last 5 or 6 winters out here on my land, developing things and guiding in the park. The bouldering's unbeatable. It's the best bouldering in the nation, for sure, probably in the continent. I don't know, I'll always climb here.
Yeah, the first time I came to Waco was 2 years ago. And I just finished college, and I was in Chicago. It was winter, and it was snowing, and the day after I graduated, I packed up everything I owned, started driving west, and the main goal at the end of the trip was to go to Waco. So, I went to Bishop, went to Vegas, and went to Joshua Tree, and then the grand finale was Waco. I knew right then that there was so much more, and I wanted to be definitely full in to the guiding scene, and just explore the mountain and take people out for their first time so I could see their faces. One of the highest bouldering honors to get a first ascent in Waco. I just think it's great to be able to add to that a little bit, even in the smallest way. Yeah, it just takes the right eye, and there are a lot of people that have been in Waco for a lot of seasons, and they just have that eye, that I look up to. It's awesome to see the line without chalk. I mean, you can see it later with chalk and with holds, and it looks like a boulder, but just seeing that blank line and being this will go, that's just something that I definitely look up to. The unmentionable is a great line. It's trailside. It's probably been looked at and admired for a long time.
That was a great line. Really impressive find by Jason, especially, it follows the bright water streak, that black streak. It's it's a really kind of obvious line, and it's kind of cool that it hadn't been done before, and it's over a great rock too. It has amazing movement up to a nice high crux on some thin holds. My first time coming to Waco was back in 2006, and we went out for Easter break, and we came out for 5 straight days and climbed every single day of it. I ended up moving out east shortly after that, and only made one more trip back. After graduating college, I decided that I wanted to be a guide because I was going to go out on a road trip, and I wanted to spend a full season here.
Each careful step along the byway, much more than this, I did it my way.
I mean, there's new lines everywhere. It's really impressive. A lot of the guys who are out here like full time that just are constantly out developing and searching and finding new things. I mean, there's new climbs around every corner. Whenever I first got here, Nikias hiked me around all around east for a full day and showed me just every single thing he could think of, and we ended up ending over by Gilligan's Island, and he showed me this line Pink Moon, which is just this beautiful pink crescent feature. It's really cool, really fun, and you know, not many people really ever climb on it. And it's really cool too. I really enjoy getting to show people like the new climbs, people who I take out on tour, because you know, there's all the good climbs that you see in videos that you're psyched for, but there's a lot of really incredible other lines too, so I'm always amped to show people around.
I lived in Wyoming for a long time. Eventually I moved south, drove south, found a job, and they said I could live anywhere I want within a reasonable driving distance, and Waco Tanks is the best thing in South New Mexico, West Texas. So I live here, and I travel for work, and I'm gone 4 to 5 days a week. And I come home, and I've never come home and not, you know, you feel that like I always feel that when I come home, be it July or January, and it's the best. And I'm feeling like the park is so big and so vast, and there's so much stuff. Like, just go run around and have fun. So I try to make a big effort, and all my friends are for the most part down. Ty and I are for the most part the only ones here in the summertime. For the past probably 6 or 7 years, all the stuff you want to climb on in the winter time is baking in the sun, and so therefore we're chasing shade.
So yeah, in the summer you have to get out of the heat and down into the caves and into the canyons, and that's where you find these lines that you never would want to spend time out in the winter because it's just cold and dark down in these rooms. But in the summertime you have more daylight, and you know, you can really get out of the heat. So the first time I came was 1990. I came and I explored around West Mountain, and it was just one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen. And so I was just addicted immediately and kept coming back, and been here at least one trip every winter for 21 years now.
Listen to Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt.
And the thing is that there's new climbs everywhere, all over Waco, all different areas. So pretty much anywhere you go, if you want to get on new stuff, you can get on new stuff. And there's just a ton of classics and new classics that, you know, don't know that are out there, and turn a corner and there's just a striking, beautiful line. It's so dense here. It's like nothing else in the world. There's 1 square mile of rock. And on that 1 square mile, I mean, now there's 2,300, 2,400 climbs. And there's still more to be done. And I've never seen any place else on the planet that has that kind of density. It's really remarkable. So yeah, the day I heard that Johnny and Micah had been buried in the avalanche, I just went out to West Mountain and went to go walk and have some quiet time, and I was exploring around and dropped down behind these trees in this deep canyon up on the side of the mountain and walked up, and there was this roof facing me with these incredible big plates and holds, and walked up to the roof expecting all the rock to kind of be too soft and chossy to climb on, and there's these huge jugs that are solid and big thread throughs and this amazing iron rock and really cool formations and this deep 15-foot roof. And so kind of checked it out and chalked it up and came back with some friends a couple days later and did the main line coming out the roof. It was in honor of Johnny Cop. That's where Cop Out comes from.
I first came to Waco back in 1996. It was back when the park was still open, so it was pretty much free to roam around and do what you want. I didn't come back for a couple years after they closed the park. Then when I did come back, I was really surprised that, you know, the regulations are good, and I think that, you know, having less people, less traffic on the boulder problems and on the trails is a good thing. Since then, I've been pretty much coming back every year. Last year, I became a guide. Probably the biggest reason to become a guide for me was just to be able to explore more, find First Ascents. To Die For is a perfect example of, you know, there's Ghetto Simulator right around the corner. 50 feet away is this beautiful line. It hadn't been done before. Back in 2008, I found it, cleaned it up. Just beautiful sculpted Wacos up a face. The crux is high, you're committed. Just really fun climbing and just right in the main zone. Go out, there's so much to be done, so many new lines to be done here in Waco.